Welcome everyone, join us today as we delve into the life and legacy of Daniel Boone, the voice behind the 1972 hit Beautiful Sunday, who brought joy to millions with his infectious melodies and warm vocals. So let's dive in. Daniel Boone, born Peter Charles Green on the 31st of July 1942 in Birmingham, England. He was zodiac sign Leo. Born in Birmingham, Daniel grew up on Camden Street near Ladywood. His love for popular music developed early, leading him to learn piano before picking up the guitar as a teenager during the rise of American rock and roll in the UK in the mid-1950s. He teamed up with school friend Desi Vyas to form a duo, performing at local church halls and youth clubs. Their talent didn't go unnoticed, and in 1961 they were recommended to the entertainment secretary at the Shard End British Legion. There, they impressed the crowd with their version of the Shadows' Apache, accompanied by house drummer Fred Allport. This early success led Daniel and Desi to form a full band with electric guitars. Drummer Dave Mountney joined, and after searching for a bassist, they recruited Roy Brazier, who was soon replaced by Peter McGinty. With a solid lineup of Daniel, Desi Vyas, Dave Mountney, and Peter McGinty, the band took on the name the Beachcombers and performed wherever they could, including talent shows. Another guitarist, John Taylor, occasionally played with them before later joining the Fleetwoods. The group gained experience by entering numerous competitions and stood out for daring to perform original material, with Daniel emerging as a promising songwriter. Their persistence paid off when they caught the attention of Mary Regan, who was impressed and offered them a residency at her Handsworth Plaza ballroom. Joe and Mary Regan played a key role in promoting West Midlands bands through their Regan circuit, which included venues like the Ritz in Kings Heath and the Brum Cavern. The Beachcombers quickly found success, earning enough from their bookings to invest in matching stage outfits and upgraded equipment. Daniel purchased a pink Fender Stratocaster from Yardley's music shop in Birmingham for approximately £150, a significant amount at the time. Mary Regan organised a talent contest at Handsworth Plaza, where John Shipp from Winson Green won with a performance reminiscent of Bobby Darin. Following his victory, he was unexpectedly announced as the new singer of the Beachcombers. After rehearsals, the band integrated him into their lineup, providing him with a tailored blue stage suit and the new stage name Bobby Coral. As the house band at the Plaza, the Beachcombers not only performed their own shows but also backed various well-known visiting artists. Among them was London-based rock and roll singer Tommy Bruce, who had achieved chart success in 1960 with "Ain't Misbehavin'". His gravelly vocal style, reminiscent of the Big Bopper, and his distinct Cockney accent influenced many British invasion vocalists. By early 1963, founding member Desi Vyas left the Beachcombers due to increasing commitments. Around this time, the band began backing singer Tommy Bruce on occasion. During a performance at the Handsworth Plaza, they were approached by songwriter Barry Mason, who invited them to move to London and become Tommy Bruce's permanent backing group, with the promise of a potential record deal. The band agreed and soon relocated to a shared flat in Bayswater, near Hyde Park, living alongside artists like Jess Conrad, Troy Dante, and Leapy Lee. Now officially Tommy Bruce's backing band, they were renamed the Bruisers and began touring the country in a Ford Thames van. Their departure from Birmingham left an opening for the resident band at Handsworth Plaza, a spot quickly filled by the Redcaps, who gained a strong following and later signed with Decca Records. While some members embraced the London music scene, drummer Dave Mountney struggled with the travel demands and returned to Birmingham. He was replaced by Don McGinty, brother of bassist Peter McGinty, who played his first show with the Bruisers in Sheffield. In August 1963, the Bruisers performed at New Brighton Tower Ballroom in Liverpool, sharing the bill with Brian Poole and the Tremolos and the Rolling Stones. When not touring with Tommy Bruce, they worked with Barry Mason on demo recordings for various artists. Their potential caught the attention of Columbia Records producer Norrie Paramore, who suggested that Daniel launch a solo career under the name Lee Stirling. Meanwhile, another Birmingham group, the Rocking Jaymen, signed with Columbia Records in June 1963. To avoid confusion with Peter J. and the Jaywalkers, they adopted the Beachcombers name with Daniel's permission, becoming Pat Wayne and the Beachcombers. Ultimately, EMI producer Ron Richards signed the Bruisers to Parlophone Records, leading to their debut single, Blue Girl, written by songwriter Les Van Dyke. Released in July 1963, the record spent 7 weeks on the charts, peaking at number 31. The B-side, Don't Cry, was co-written by Barry Mason and Daniel, marking his first published composition. To promote the single, the Bruisers appeared on the ITV pop music show Thank Your Lucky Stars on August 24, which was filmed in Aston, Birmingham. The program featured black country teenage personality Janice Nichols, famous for her catchphrase, "Oil Gibbet Foive." That same year, Tommy Bruce and the Bruisers also performed at Birmingham Town Hall, solidifying their growing reputation. Following the release of Blue Girl, the Bruisers recorded a follow-up single, I Could If I Wanted To, written by hit songwriter Mitch Murray. The B-side, Right From the Start, was co-written by Peter McGinty and Daniel under his stage name, Lee Stirling. This release was credited as Lee Stirling with the Bruisers. Despite receiving airplay and a performance on the popular TV show Ready Steady Go, the single failed to chart. By this time, the Beatles and other Liverpool bands were dominating the charts. One of these groups, the Mersey Beats, found success with its Love That Really Counts, which reached number 24. They later recorded one of Daniel's compositions, I Think of You, which became their biggest hit, reaching number 5 in early 1964 and remaining in the charts for 17 weeks. In November 1963, the Bruisers performed alongside the Mersey Beats at Cleethorpes Pier Ballroom. Around this period, Daniel focused more on songwriting, recognizing his ability to craft hit pop songs. His next major success came with Don't Turn Around, recorded by the Mersey Beats in April 1964. The track became a top 20 hit, peaking at number 13 in the UK charts. Daniel also co-wrote I Belong with Phil Peters, which was selected as the UK's entry for the 1965 Eurovision Song Contest, performed by Kathy Kirby. The song placed second in the competition, and Kirby's Decca Records release reached number 36 on the UK charts. Daniel's success as a songwriter continued to grow, leading to the release of Sad, Lonely and Blue under the full name Peter Lee Stirling on Parlophone in July 1964. Meanwhile, Tommy Bruce continued recording with the Bruisers, though none of their releases made an impact on the charts. He became a regular performer on ITV's Stars and Garters from 1963 to 1965, and later built a steady career in cabaret, remaining a popular figure in 1960s nostalgia shows. After decades in the entertainment industry, Bruce would later pass away from prostate cancer on July 10, 2006, at the age of 70. The Bruisers released a few more records with Daniel before disbanding in 1966. Bobby Corral later joined the Ivy League, replacing vocalist and songwriter John Carter. Around the same time, Daniel briefly stepped in as a temporary replacement for Glenn Dale of the Fortunes after Dale left to pursue a solo career. His time with the band included performances along the South Coast, as well as shows in Ireland and Scotland. By 1966, Daniel was recording as a solo artist, playing guitar and keyboards while working with session musicians and orchestral arrangements. His singles, released on Decca Records, showcased a departure from his earlier work with the Bruisers, reflecting a more refined production style. Despite their commercial appeal, none of the 6 singles released between 1966 and 1970 reached the charts, though some have been reissued on compilations featuring rare 1960s pop and psychedelic music. Beyond performing, Daniel co-owned a London recording studio with producer Bernard Mattymore, working as a session musician and music director. He was also involved in studio projects, contributing vocals to jazz rock band Hungry Wolf and rock blues outfit Rumpelstiltskin, both of which released albums. In addition to his work in recording, Daniel contributed to film soundtracks, including the 1970 British films Groupie Girl and Goodbye Gemini. While both were low-budget productions, one featuring adult themes and the other a horror film, each gained a cult following, particularly for their music. After his solo singles failed to make a chart impact, Daniel signed with Penny Farthing Records in 1971, a label founded by Larry Page, known for producing The Kinks and The Troggs. Around this time, he adopted the new stage name, Daniel Boone, inspired by the American folk hero whose 1960s TV series shared similarities with Davy Crockett. Although also signed as a songwriter, Daniel's first release on the label was Daddy Don't You Walk So Fast, a ballad written by Peter Callender and Jeff Stevens, known for penning Tell Me When for the Applejacks. Issued in August 1971, the single reached number 17 in the UK and was later a major US hit when covered by Wayne Newton. Hoping to follow up this success, Daniel collaborated with songwriter Rod McQueen on Mama, but the single failed to chart. However, their next composition would become a career-defining moment. Daniel and McQueen presented a new song to Larry Page at Penny Farthing Records. After hearing Boone perform it, Page immediately decided to record it. The result was Beautiful Sunday, released in March 1972. While it peaked at number 21 in the UK, it became a major international hit, reaching number 15 in the US and topping charts in several countries, particularly in Germany, where Daniel gained a significant following. The song remains a staple on oldies stations worldwide and has been covered in multiple languages. Beyond his own recordings, Daniel collaborated with David Byron of Uriah Heep, co-writing and producing Byron's 1978 solo album Baby-Faced Killer. The duo also worked on various disco and dance projects under names like Warlord, the Intergalactic Orchestra, and Technique, which had a hit with Michelangelo. During sessions at Old Smithy Studios with Muff Murphin, bassist Pino Palladino contributed, while Byron wrote under the alias Mark Oxford. Daniel's later work included the 1979 solo album All My Own Work, released only in Canada, and the 1985 album I'm Only Looking. He also played on Peter Green's, ex-Fleetwood Mac, 1983 album Colors and co-wrote tracks for the Byron Band and guitarist Robin George. His songwriting extended into sports anthems, including Blue is the Color for Chelsea FC. He also reunited with Larry Page in 1992 to contribute to Athens Andover, a collaboration between the Troggs and REM. Daniel continued writing and recording in the following decades, maintaining an enduring presence in the music industry. Sadly, on the 27th of January 2023, Daniel Boone passed away at his home in Paignton, Devon, at the age of 80, of an undisclosed illness. And there you have it. Though Daniel Boone is no longer with us, his legacy lives on through the timeless appeal of Beautiful Sunday and his contributions to music. His songs continue to bring smiles and nostalgia, ensuring that his memory will never fade. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Take care and bye for now.